right, my Meat Militia, thank you for joining me late at night. It's 9:30 p.m. my time. My last appointment for the day is in half an hour, beginning at 10 in the evening and finishing at 11 tonight. So busy times for the Field Marshal as usual, and that's a good thing. It's a good thing that I'm busy. While I'm busy, there are some breaks in the evening's entertainment, and in the break this evening, I am, I guess, musing somewhat and sharing some thoughts with you. Let's talk. There's some important things that have been going on in the last 24, 48 hours that I need to share with you, and some generalized thoughts that I think we need to all keep in mind and be aware of here in the carnivore community. And I'll give it that one, the carnivore community, because at times we fail a bit in being community-minded, community-spirited, and there are reasons for that I will talk about in this video. So stick around. Here it comes. Right. First thing, there is a Facebook group. It's a private group. It's called The Carnivore Fix. I am, with regret, I guess, reporting to you that I am suggesting that everyone who follows me on any platform whatsoever, anyone who has any respect for me whatsoever, needs to boycott, leave that group. Okay? The Carnivore Fix. Not a good group, not moderated by a reasonable or moderate group of individuals. Basically, the history that you need to know of the last 24 hours or so is one of the moderators of that group, one Stephen Daniel, posted a post to that group where he showed 3 pictures at the top of people looking less than ripped, not remotely obese. One of them looked to be somewhat overweight, sure, and it also looked like an old photo. One of them looked to be pretty normal for a man of his age and activity level based on his occupation and dietary background, etc. Looking like a bit of a slightly dad bod shape, not remotely overweight or problematic, just not absolutely ripped. That being one Dr. Ken Berry, and the other one a picture of myself looking in a similar shape to Dr. Ken Berry, which I probably am actually in reality. However, it seems to me, based on the fact that I have other pictures taken of myself in the same environment on the same day looking completely different, actually, that the picture that was used by Stephen Daniel had been doctored to make it look like I had more of a dad bod at that time than I even did at that time, which, by the way, was the 31st of December last year, actually, quite some time ago. The middle individual was Amber Hearn, or O'Hearn, I think her name is, looking like she might have been slightly overweight at the time. It does look like somewhat of an old photo of her as well. And the text across all those pictures were, "Calories don't matter," implication that all 3 of the people on the top row of the photos had said calories don't matter, which is false. I would challenge anybody to provide a video and timestamp where I said calories don't matter, because I have never said that, ever. It is a lie. It is a misrepresentation, as is the photo, which has been retouched to make it look like I was chubbier than I was that day even. Pathetic. Desperate. I complained to an administrator / moderator in that group about that particular posting and got no response at all. Then I looked more closely and found out that Stephen Daniel is himself a moderator in that group, along with several other people. Then I find another moderator in that group posting, slagging me off, basically, making an implication, an outright statement, in fact, that I am racist, which I am not, absolutely not, under any circumstances in any way, and that I only have white guests on my channel. indeed, was a further implication. And then there was a screenshot of a post on Twitter made by myself some time ago, wherein I was being sarcastic to make a point, precisely to point to racism and to decry racism entirely as completely inappropriate, no matter which direction that racism is applied. My post was against reverse racism. In fact, the context was that there had been a report in New Zealand that day of a police officer shooting a man in Auckland, to which my response was, very much tongue-in-cheek, very much sarcastically, okay, fantastic, but the report doesn't tell us whether the person that was shot was brown or not, so I don't know whether I should be outraged or otherwise. Obviously, the implication there is that all lives matter, and I was being flippant and sarcastic about the fact that people are only outraged if a brown person is shot. Okay, that's not racism, that's anti-racism on my part. And that person says, look, this person is a racist, etc., etc., etc. Another moderator in the same group. Then I look through the postings made in that group by so-called moderators, so-called people who are supposed to have some, well, moderateness and some idea of what they're talking about. And the advice at large, ludicrous, ill-informed. The analogy I will use is this. People, unknowing people who are thinking that that group is giving them good advice on any topic at large, are like people whose only sense of direction, i.e. the lay public who don't know better, their only tool being a compass, walking into that room without knowing that that room is full of a bunch of powerful magnets all pointing different directions, and none of them pointing to true north. Okay? The moderators in that group are clearly a group of individuals who are not actually the sort of people who should be moderators of any reasonable, decent Facebook group. They are clearly people with knee-jerk emotional reactions to things that they clearly don't even remotely understand. This is a group people should stay away from, in my opinion. So I am outright suggesting to people that support me, follow me on any platform, or are people who have any respect for me or for True North, good advice, a sensible place to congregate in the carnivore community, I would suggest that those people ought to immediately unsubscribe to that group, The Carnivore Fix on Facebook, and they should turn their back, spurn that group as you would spurn rabid dog. Further to that, I would like to add that Stephen Daniel and that other moderator Teehee in that group, mostly Stephen Daniel, because Stephen has some profile, not a very big one, but some profile himself on social media. You need to understand that Stephen Daniel is not remotely someone you should listen to for good, sound information on any topic, frankly. And I will cover that in a series of videos upcoming. The boy needs a good spanking, and he's going to get it here on this channel. So, Stephen Daniel, aka Team Euphoric, you brought it on yourself, son. It's coming. Get ready for that. You're going to get taken down several pegs below where you already are, frankly. And if you survive it at all on social media, good luck to you. But nonetheless, you know, you've chosen the wrong person to try and take a bite out of their sunshine. All right, and it's going to come back and bite you on the ass very, very firmly. So there you go, folks. Please unsubscribe to the Carnivore Fix on Facebook. Please unsubscribe to Stephen Daniel, aka Team Euphoric, if you are subscribed to him. If you want to see some Team Euphoric videos anytime soon, which I don't know why you would, because he's basically, frankly, an offensive individual. People, talk about me being offensive. You just go and sit through some of his videos and you'll know what offensive is. You'll know what arrogant is. You'll know what Dunning-Kruger is. He's also incredibly stupid, frankly. Not at all an intelligent individual whatsoever. I'll deal with that in weeks to come. So there is that. That's the update in that regard. In regard to matters of the carnivore community and it not functioning well together, well, I've been talking about one of them for the last few minutes, so we'll leave that one there. Again, what I need to get across to folks in this regard is that the difficulty we are having in this community is that there are so many individuals who are trying to make their living from being the one true guru, the one true guide in the carnivore lifestyle, the carnivore diet. They are trying to base their income around being the person that everybody must listen to. You need the advice of this person. Everybody else, more or less wrong to some degree. These people are the only people who truly have it sorted out and truly know what's going on. And the way they try and fool the general viewership is by vastly, grossly, hugely overcomplicating everything. Okay? You need to understand, I am not claiming to be the one true guru, the one true guide. In fact, what I'm trying to do with all my energy and might is make myself redundant as a voice in the carnivore community. I really, really hope and wish that I could get in front of enough people yesterday to get my message through to enough people yesterday so that yesterday everybody knows everything I know as well as I know it, can counter the arguments in the way I do that are placed against or attempted to be placed against the carnivore diet, the carnivore lifestyle, etc., to be able to counter these pseudoscientific charlatans who want to claim that we are herbivores and we should eat plants and that meat eating is bad for us and or the environment and or is unethical and or all of it. And that would mean that my job is done. The other thing I'm trying to do is correct the people in the carnivore space who are trying to overcomplicate everything and make themselves out to be some kind of guru who's the only one that it truly understands. And making everything much more difficult than it really is. I'm not trying to make a living out of talking about the carnivore lifestyle and diet. I'm trying to obliterate any opportunity for that. I'm trying to educate everybody. Okay? I do still have to make a living. So I do that morally, ethically, and in a win-win style in two ways. One, I offer consultations to people who have been confused by charlatans to put them on the right path, to correct the errors and or outright lies they've been told by others, and to give them confidence in the simplicity and correctness of the carnivore diet. So that's one. Those are the consultancies that I'm offering. I wish yesterday that was redundant, even as an income stream there. I wish I didn't have to correct the lies and errors perpetuated on the unsuspecting public by those charlatans. I really genuinely do wish there was no opportunity for me to earn income there. There is. It is doing God's work, and I'll keep doing it for as cheap as I possibly can, at a ridiculously cheap price, in fact, on the basis of my skills, knowledge, experience, etc. I will do that as long as it is necessary. And I will do that tirelessly. You're welcome. My main income stream has become It is my focus and will continue to be my focus now to get everybody I possibly can to understand that all of you need Sorul products. They are exactly what they claim to be. They do exactly what they claim to do. I will continue to talk regularly about Sorul products until, frankly, a vastly larger proportion of the people that watch my channel and watch my videos get that into their consciousness, understand that I'm not saying that because I need to make a living. I do need to make a living, and this is a great way to do it, but I'm doing it because it's the right thing to do for you. You need these products. I will make no apology for promoting these products. They are exactly what they claim to be. They do exactly what they claim to do. They are good and you need to be on them. Plain and simple. Okay? There are ways that you can get that product cheaper than full retail. You don't need to pay full retail. Neither do you need to pay for those products at all, in fact. You can get them for free. All you need to do is send me an email and ask me how that is done. I will tell you. It's easy. There's nothing special about me. I interviewed my mum today, by the way, and I'm going to post that in a very few short days on the channel. And I know a lot of you will be interested to find out, who is this woman? Bart's mum. Goodness, we need to see that. She will tell you exactly how not special I am with regard to everybody else in the world. A little bit tongue-in-cheek, but, it'll be there. Okay, there's nothing special about me. I'm telling you that. I don't need my mum to confirm that. I think you all can guess that. You can all see that I'm flawed and have my foibles just like the next person. If I can achieve getting my Sorul products free, so can you. And you should. Why pay for a product you don't need to? Talk to me about it. I can help. I can make it happen for you easily, quickly. Let's get that done. Price is not an issue here. Okay? Finally, anyone that takes a shot at me for marketing any product on my channel will be banned from my channel permanently. I don't have to put up with that. I don't need to justify myself to you. I don't need to offer my YouTube channel to anybody for free. Okay? It's a privilege for you to listen to what I've got to say, frankly. And you'd do better to actually use this and these in the proportion that they are supplied to you, because you will learn something very valuable if you would do that. All right? Most of you who want to take shots at me, frankly, probably a lot of you were brought up in the generation of children who, for some reason, have been taught that your opinion is just as valid as the next person's. It's not. Okay, there are people that know more about things, given things, than you do. There are people in this world that know vastly more than I do about a lot of different things. Not nutrition science, not health science, not science in general, at large. Those are my absolute areas that I know more about than anybody I've ever met personally. Okay? But I will defer to someone who knows more about something than I do. You should do the same. So before you put your finger to a keyboard and start taking shots at me for marketing products, I make no apology for marketing products. They're good products and you need them. And if you don't like it, you know what to do. It's no skin off my nose either way. Right, those are the things I wanted to talk about in this quick catch-up. A few quick thoughts. All right, so to recap, very briefly before I close off, stay the hell away from the Facebook group, The Carnivore Fix. Unsubscribe from that group if you're a member of any of my communities. You shouldn't be in that group. Dangerous misinformation, dangerously unbalanced moderators, dangerously misinformed, ill-educated moderators, it seems, and rubbish from start to finish on their page, frankly. Okay? So please get yourself out of that group. Secondly, I'm going to continue to promote products. And I suggest that you listen and that you get them. It's no skin off my nose whether you do or don't. It's not going to change my life whether you do or don't. And your opinion, if you have a negative opinion about the marketing of products, is as valuable to me as something very, very unvaluable. I don't care, and nobody else cares about your opinion either. So keep it to yourself. All right? I hope I've been clear on all matters. Those are your Meat Militia updates, musings, and thoughts late at night here in the office. Join me next time where probably someone will be wrong on the interwebs. See you then. Ciao for now.